Hi FPL managers and welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video I'm going to go through my free hit for game week 29. I'll have a quick look at the fixtures, some of the reasons why you might want a free hit or you might want to postpone it, and then stick around because at the end we'll go through some of the different options available to you. So as always, if you enjoy these sort of videos, please give it a like. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And in the meantime, let's take a look. As you are no doubt aware, because you're considering a free hit, there's only 4 fixtures on in game week 29. And I will say that a lot of the big hitters, the teams like Arsenal, Manchester City, are obviously not playing. So there's a lot to be said for free hitting 29, especially if you're only able to get 6 or 7 players out. Now from my side, I am going to probably struggle with 8 to 9 players out if I take a hit. But I'm pretty okay with that. I do not have the free hit, it has to be said. I could wildcard out of this. But even if I had the free hit and I hadn't used it in 25, I'm not sure I'd still be using it now. Simply because I do feel that there's a case to be said that if you can own 7 or 8 of the highest or the best assets in this game, Watkins, Son, maybe Maddison, Porro, Tony, then there's only so much damage that the other sides can do. So whereas I'm going to accept that it's going to be a red arrow, I don't think it's going to be a sort of lasting or a real game-changing arrow for me. I'm just going to muddle through this with 9 players. If you get to 7 or 6, then I do think there is a case that maybe you're going to get more points than you would by holding on to your free hit later on. But I'm all for going through these fixtures because looking at the teams and the players that I can get out when I put this free hit together, I'm not sure the ceiling is all that high. But you know what? It could work out, and if you're free hitting, I really hope it does. So that being said, let's have a look at some of the players that I have put together for you. In goal, and I really don't want to end up doubling up on any of the defence because I just don't think I trust any of them. I've gone for Kaminsky. Now, if you are new to the channel, you will probably don't realise that normally we'll go through the statistics, we'll look at the XGI, XGA, all that sort of thing in a lot more detail. But because this is just a one hit and there's only 8 teams to sort of compare, I'm not going to go through all that detail because I just think it's quite obvious some of the players that you could be picking for this. And then we'll have a look at the bench options in a minute. Kaminsky, I'm going to go in goal. I'm only going to play 3 across the back. Porro, he should be back for game week 28. I think there's a very good chance that when he's fit, he just plays. So for game week 29, he can comes in. Udogie, you could put him in if you want that extra security. That's fine. I think Reguilon and Konsa, because he's absolutely now for Aston Villa, I would go for. I would absolutely, if you think Moreno is going to get minutes, absolutely go for him. He would be a much better option. Cash unsure about because Konsa could play right back if one of the other centre backs compared alongside Pau Torres. Reguilon looks decent as well. I just don't want to. I mean, I'll put Flecken on the bench as you'll see in a minute. I don't trust really any of those defences if I'm honest. So I only want to go 3 at the back. Those 3, with the exception maybe Konsa, Reguilon and Porro are definitely very attacking and potential attacking returns. Konsa, I just think Villa, why not? You could go for West Ham. There's no one else that stands out for me particularly, and I don't want to double up on any of the defences. In midfield, I've gone Bailey, Bowen, Son and Maddison. I definitely want to be tripling up on Tottenham, so Son and Maddison definite. Bowen at home to Villa, I think is again a real no-brainer, and I think Bailey's been on form and getting minutes for Aston Villa would be my best choice. And then up front, Tony, Watkins, absolutely, and then Morris, I think, completes it at home to Forest. So, on the bench and different options, I do think there's a case you could go Barkley, but that midfield looks pretty decent. If you want to go Barkley over Morris, I wouldn't be absolutely against that. And then I've gone for Fulham and New Forest, Nottingham Forest defenders because I've got to have 2 others. But again, I just don't want to double up. I did consider putting Flecken in. Is there a better chance that Flecken could get a clean sheet away at Burnley than Kaminsky at home to Forest? Possibly, but I'm not confident enough to double up, so I'm just going to go for Kaminsky instead. If you wanted to go, if you wanted to bring out Konsa maybe and go someone like Doherty, that would be fine, and play Flecken in goal. That could be a definite option that could work. Wouldn't take much persuading to put me down that path, I don't think. And then finally, I think in terms of captaincy, I think Son on pens potentially. I don't think we've had a penalty where awarded when we've got Son and Maddison on the pitch at the same time, but I'm going to assume it's going to be Son for the time being. So he definitely gets a nod, probably playing down the middle as well for Tottenham away at Fulham. That looks like the best option. But that for me is my free hit side. I know it's feels like a real whistle-stop tour. I just think that players like Son, Bowen, Maddison, Tony, Watkins, Reguilon and Porro, I think 8 out of 9 of these players are just absolute have to be in there. There's no one that I can think of that I think, well, I don't want to go into a free hit without them. All look good options. The upside looks pretty decent with some of these players. What I don't like is Tottenham are playing away from home at Fulham. I don't think that's a hugely easy game. But out of all the games, that looks potentially like the one where there could be goals. Could definitely be goals between Villa and West Ham, you'd expect. Hence, all I've gone for at the back is Konsa. Like I said, though, if you think Moreno's going to start, then yeah, I would definitely go down that route instead. But apart from that, that is the free hit side, guys. Let me know what you think. That's it for this one then, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you are free hitting it in GameWeek 29. Are there any players that you think I've completely overlooked that you think we should be considering? In the meantime, I'll come back at you with a watch list team selection video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest content. And in the meantime, I shall speak to you soon.